Good afternoon and a hearty welcome again to this National Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Fair. To all of you who are here today, I'm delighted that I'm amongst you today. This fair not only connects young people to opportunities, it also provides a platform for engaging all stakeholders about designing a cohesive, integrated, and sustainable job creation strategy.
NYEEF is the National Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Fair. It's a space for job seekers, final year students, aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs to go into to basically create their networks, to learn from experts and to connect with employers.
I had the chance to participate last year in the maiden edition of the National Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Fair that was organized by the Office of the Vice President. I benefited 5,000 new loans from Orange Sierra Leone, which I used to add to my business I was doing by then, and it has helped me a lot throughout the year.
As a participant of this honorable event, I was exposed to a lot of education when it comes to networking, as well as other areas of education that I wasn't taught in school, as in how to able to search for jobs and also how to create job opportunity as an individual, which has helped me during the course of my job hunt so far.
So when the Vice President approached me and said, they were thinking about doing a youth employment fair. And I basically just jumped on it because it's my line of work, and I offered, our services, job search and ELBA as pro bono services for the fair. And he basically asked me to conceptualize it and gave a team that, I would work with in order for us to do it. So last year in 2022, we basically got 500 participants together with 40 employers. We had about 18 sessions. It was just like a buzzing 3 days of a lot of learning, a lot of networking. And the impact of that made us believe that we need to continue. So this year again, we're doing the same thing, but bigger and better.
During the program, on the question and answer session, I asked the bank why they refuse to employ hijabis. The question was tough for them. I didn't get the answer that I wanted to hear, but thank God. I can't say it's because of that question that today I am seeing hijabis in the banks, but I believe that my question play a very vital role.
At the NYEEF, I learned about valuable information and skills which are now applicable in my professional and personal growth. It was an enriching event, and I got to know more about networking, and I also learned from the experts. I was excited to be a part of the event, and now I'm here working as a GPS technician at one of the world's most leading asset finance company in Watu.
It was very refreshing to see private sector players and some of the top 25 companies in Sierra Leone had the opportunity to meet young people of all places from around the country, assembling to see what the private sector company does and how they can gain employment. So it was a good fusion of social, employment, educational, and diverse interactions. And it left us feeling very impressed, and also gave us the opportunity to see what is out there in the job market, and also to make preparations for how we cater to recruit and make use of the talents we have at our disposal. So it was a good event. We co-sponsored it, and we're looking forward to the next one, and also that the action points can be implemented this year and we can make even more progress. than last year.
I learned that companies need soft skills. Soft skills requires that the way you dress, the manners in which you talk, and coupled with your appearance. These are things that I learned from there.
We had a lot of workshops where we learned different things. Seminars and presentations were made that were so enriching. And after the event, one of the key things I learned was the social media marketing training and that of the self-made millionaires that teach young people to be entrepreneurs, self-entrepreneurs, how to develop their business, how to thrive, how to discipline their business, and how to grow their business. And the social media marketing training, how to market our business on different social media marketing platforms. So I actually use those tools right now. It's changing my life, and financially I'm earning something out of those tools and those knowledge I gain. So for me, it was an enriching event. It was a life-changing event, and I appreciate them so much for me being fortunate participants of that particular event.
The National Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Fair is an initiative of the Office of the Vice President that is being implemented with 5 key ministries: the Ministry of Employment, Labour and Social Security, the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, Ministry of Trade and Industry, Ministry of Youth, and the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. In planning NYEEF, we had very good consultation with these ministries, especially the ministers. We sat with them and we spoke to them about the concepts to get their inputs as we build an enriching program, concept and activities for this year. The ministries play a very important role in the organization of NYEEF through a technical and planning committee where they have their representatives. Apart from planning and organization, they also play a critical thematic role in some of these sessions. For example, the Ministry of Trade will lead in a trade and facilitation dialogue, which will benefit young entrepreneurs as they're exposed to opportunities within that space. Also, we would have the Ministry of Labour, who would champion a conversation on employer and employee rights. This will help to build knowledge of job seekers and prepare them as they enter the job market in Sierra Leone.
As a ministry, we support small and medium-scale enterprises. So it provides an opportunity where we provide access to funding, build capacity, training, and possibly skills transfer and development. So I hope that the session we have in this year, the conference itself, will be very successful, and I look forward to the participation of all youths, especially female youths in this country.
It will be a platform for young people to meet with their employers, job opportunities available. It also creates an opportunity for young people and have the opportunity to meet with the presidency, the ministers, young people to know the job market and the future job market, what is available, the green jobs and all. It's a platform that creates the enabling environment for national cohesion. It's a platform that creates the enabling environment for young people to know what they have on the table, what to do and what not to do. It's also another way, means to see young employers to see the kind of skills that are available for young people and young people to know what is the current job market.
As a ministry, we're very happy to support the National Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Fair because it creates a platform for young people to network, to meet with potential employees, both from the public and the private sector. It creates a platform for them to acquire skills in terms of employment and also entrepreneurship. It creates a platform for them to network, and it also creates a platform for them to acquire career advice. This is very, very important in the context of Sierra Leone. As you know, one of the key development agendas that we have is job creation, youth employment scheme, wherein we've committed to providing 500,000 jobs for young people over a 5-year period. So this is a very great initiative. It's a step in the right direction and will help us to visualize that.
We were very pleased to participate in the National Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Fair last year and are very excited to do so again this year because of the value of the space that's created for young people to not only get exposed to all the various opportunities that are available within the country, but also have access to spaces where they can develop their skills, realize their potential and learn more about both themselves, what is available, but the vast and immense opportunities that are available to explore. In terms of our participation, we've been very pleased to participate both from an employer perspective, having a stand where young people can come and interact with us, from a recruiter perspective, where we can also showcase not only what we know is available within our client pools, but also generally across the country based on the research that we've participated in. But I was also very happy to support in leading a session on critical thinking last year. It's always really nice to be in spaces where you're directly interacting with young people, sharing whatever little knowledge that you might have, but really offering them the space to ask you questions and probe into developing their own skills. And this year we're excited to participate in the same way. We will be present from a booth perspective. We volunteered to support in another critical thinking session, problem solving, and we're also going to be supporting the career advisory labs.
For the realization of the 500,000 jobs dream, His Excellency has put together an interministerial committee led by the Honorable Vice President, which I co-chair. So we will work with all sector players, the private sector, to ensure that we identify opportunities for job creation at home and abroad. So we play a key and critical role in making this come true.
Okay, so this year, again, we put a call out for participants. We've had over 1,200, and we're supposed to be shortlisting to 500. So that's going to be a task in itself. But then, we'll have employers come in as well. We'll have the learning institutions, and basically just try to have as many sessions as possible. So some of the highlights would be the Meet the Employers, wherein the participants would meet with the employers and the tertiary institutions for them to basically discuss what the needs are and how these needs can be met and what the participants need to do in order for them to prepare themselves for some of these roles. We'll also have a trade fair wherein the participants will have a chance for them to display some of the work that they do. So whether services or products, they can put those out there. And from last year, we found out that there was a huge challenge with filling some of the roles that the employers had, but then also a lot of them didn't have jobs to give. So we decided that we would have a job creation piece this year, and it really just falls into the government's own commitment to create 500,000 jobs. And obviously there has to be a coordinated effort to be able to do this. So we're having this conference wherein we have all the development partners, the government, the private sector, relevant key stakeholders coming into a space to basically discuss initiatives. We'll be presenting some data to them that we would have collected beforehand, and we would then discuss what some of the challenges are and try to come up with some initiatives that we can discuss in that conference. And basically what we're hoping we'll get out of the conference would be two things. One would be the skeleton of a national job creation strategy, and the other would be a skeleton of a national internship framework. So that's a big highlight of NYEEF this year. And then we'll also have sessions for entrepreneurs where they'll go and talk about financing options. They'll talk about agriculture, how to get into agriculture, how to make use of some of the opportunities that exist. On the job seekers side, they would also learn about employer and employee responsibilities and their roles. So it will be another buzzing 4 days of a lot of learning, a lot of networking, and some business growth as well in this space.
After the first run last year, it was no surprise that the government committed to making this fair an annual event to promote learning, skills development, networking, and career advice for young people. It is our hope that this year will continue to nurture and support young people to reach their fullest potential as they contribute to the growth and development of Sierra Leone.